Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am feeling lovely this morning. I'm feeling prayerful. God is amazing. He's a great God. What a great God we serve. What a great God we serve this morning, this day. Well, I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. I really don't know this morning, but what I do know, the title is Sometimes. Sometimes. The title is Sometimes. Sometimes. Why is the title named Sometimes this morning? I'll tell you why sometimes. I'm gonna tell you about sometimes. Sometimes you are in bondage because either you're married to somebody that don't want to come out of bondage, or you're around somebody that don't want to come out of bondage. Sometimes. Sometimes. Did you hear me? Sometimes you're going through because the person that you're with don't want to come out. Sometimes you're going through because the church that you're in don't want to come out of the foolishness that they're in. Sometimes you're going through on your job because those main ones that are telling you about somebody else doing this and doing that, they are telling on you. Sometimes. Sometimes. This is what we are. Sometimes. If you are in a relationship or a marriage, you're a man of God, you're a woman of God, and you can't get that person to pray with you, you can't get that person to read the Bible with you, you can't get that person to go to church with you, you can't get that person to respect your title, respect what you're doing, be a part of what you're doing, but they take time and they watch these different TV shows, they read these different novels, they do all these different things, they make time for all these different peoples, then you're in trouble. You're in trouble. I'm telling you right now, you are in trouble. You are in trouble. See, God is not in a lot of things because the knowledge of God is not there. The wisdom of God is not there. That's why a lot of things are not where they need to be. You're not where you need to be because you keep playing with God. You're saying that God done a great work for you. God done opened a door for you. God done pull you out of this. God done pull you out of that. But at the same time, you keep doing things to keep you in bondage. You keep doing things to keep you in bondage. You want God to do a great, magnificent work, but you still keep doing those things of which that brings you pain. You still keep doing those things of which that bring you pain. God is amazing God. God can do anything. We have to stop placing God in the same category as man. Because God is not a man that he shall lie, neither the son of man that he shall repent. We got to get away from all this foolishness. Sometimes. The title is Sometimes. Sometimes we block our own blessing because we're believing God for a financial overflow. We're believing him for a financial overflow, but we don't believe that he can heal somebody. We're believing him that he can give us a new job, but we're not believing him that we can have our own business. See, we are our worst enemy. We are our worst enemy. We are our worst enemy. Ask yourself, I guarantee you, people that done had their houses in foreclosure, that lost their cars to repossessions, that are losing their checks to debt and all these different stuff. God doesn't do that. See, God give us warning before we even get into those areas. But we thinking that we know it all, thinking that we know what's best for ourselves, we go ahead on and do it. But what God do, he's so merciful and so grateful that he comes in and he pulls us out of those situations. Sometimes you are in bondage because the person that you're with don't want to come out of bondage. Sometimes you are going through because the person that you're with is doing those things of which to bring that pain to you. You have to know who you with. If you have a wife or a husband or a boyfriend or girlfriend, or you have somebody that you're trying to build with, you're trying to build a great life with, but they can't make time for you in your calling, they can't help you in your calling, they can't walk with you in your calling, they can't read the Bible with you, they can't help you study the Word of God, they can't pray with you, they can't do all these things, they're too busy to do all these things, then you in trouble. You are setting yourself up for failure. That's what you're setting yourself up for, failure. That's what's happening. So many people want the goodness and great things of God, but don't nobody want to suffer. Suffering is the seed to rulership. Suffering is the seed to rulership. Obedience is an act of faith. Obedience is an act of faith. So this is where we are. This is where we are. I had a woman this morning at the local gas station. She said that every time she get around her husband, it seems as if things go bad. And she said she thought that when she got married, that everything would go well. This is where we are. In this 2016 year, you don't know what your husband or wife do on their private time. You just have to pray and ask God and hope and pray that they're doing the right thing. So many people are lost because they don't want to be found. So many people are lost because they don't want to be found. So many people are in bondage because they don't want to come out of bondage. So many people are without because they don't want to have nothing. You got to make a sacrifice. A lot of people say, well, I don't want no new car because I don't want a note. I don't want a new house because I don't want a note. I don't want a mortgage. I don't want this and I don't want that. In order for you to get anything in this life, you got to be willing to sacrifice something. You want to get closer to God, sacrifice that TV time. You want to get close to God, sacrifice those snacks, those plates. Push those plates away. You want to get close to God? You can get close to God, but it's all up to you. It's all up to you. You are your worst enemy. Sometimes it's not, and this is the thing that we're in. We are going around blaming everybody for the mistakes, for the choices that we chose. See, a choice is something that you choose to do. A decision is something that you continue to do. A decision is something that you continue to do. If you know that you're married, if you know that you're in a relationship, if you know that you're trying to do something great in this life, but you keep doing things to bring yourself pain, that's a decision that you're making. That's a choice that you're choosing to do. Stop blaming everybody when your marriage comes to an end. You're doing everything under the sun while you're married. How long do you think it's going to last? We got to get away from all this stuff. We have to pull away from all this foolishness if we want to see the goodness and grace of God. You're married, and you're saying that your husband don't treat you right. You're saying that your husband do more for outside people than they do for you. Well, let's see. If your husband is doing more for an outside woman than he's doing for you, what are you doing for an outside person that you're not doing for them? Let's wake up and stop sleeping so much. There's a lot of people sleep. But we can wake up. We can wake up together. We can wake up and we can grow together. But you have to have God. You have to have God. I don't know how you are built up, but you have to have God. You have to have God in this life. God will help you when people crucify you. God will help you when you can't see a way. That's the God I serve. He's a mighty God. God is faithful. God do what he said he's going to do in his word. He teaches us things. So what do we do? Excuse me. What do we do when God is trying to teach us something and we won't listen? We're rebellious. Our way of thinking can keep us in bondage. The things that you do can keep you in bondage. Don't allow someone else's bondage to become your identity. Don't allow somebody else rebellious to become your identity. Everybody that you speak greatness to isn't going to receive it. Everybody that you speak a powerful message to, they're not going to receive it because their mind is not there. A lot of people are stuck in bondage because they love bondage. People that want to come out, they come out. They come out of that thing. But people that don't, they don't come out. This is where we are in this world. This is where we are. Sometimes we are our worst enemy. It's not our co-worker. It's not our mother. It's not our father. It's not that. See, you can be praying for somebody that's sick, that has an illness on them. You can be praying for them to come out, but their mind will be stuck on that they can't come out. So it'll be just like I'm praying for that person, but that person is praying on themselves. We are our worst enemy. We are our worst enemy. Whether we know it or not, we are our worst enemy. A lot of people, I'm telling you, I see it on a daily basis. You have to check who you with. You may think you in greatness and you can be in something that's keeping you bound, keeping you in bondage. If you find yourself always struggling, you find yourself always going through, you find yourself always doing this, and you're paying your tithes and you're going to church and you're doing what you're supposed to do in your position, you're doing all these different things, but you still finding yourself struggling and doing all these things, you got to see what's really going on with you. You got to see it's probably something going wrong inside of you, or it's probably something that's going on around you that you don't know about. You had to ask God to show you what's going on so you can see what's going on in your life and around your life. Otherwise, you're going to be bound. You're going to be bound. Bondage is something that's created by people. That's something that's created by people. God don't place us in bondage. We place ourselves there thinking that we can fool him. That's what happened. So what do we do now? What do? We keep doing those same things of which to bring us pain. We make time for those things that excite us. I haven't received my blessing from scratching. I received my blessing from pressing. Even when I didn't feel like praying, I prayed. Even when I didn't feel like praying, I prayed. Even then when I didn't feel like reading my word, I read it. Even then when I didn't feel like ministering, I ministered. Even when I didn't feel like going to the hospital to stand over that person and stand in the gap for them, I did it. Even when I didn't want to do the right thing, I did it. This is how you get blessed. You don't get blessed. People can make all these documentaries of how you can be blessed and how God can do this and teach you how to pray and teach you how to do this and teach you how to do this. Until you get a relationship with God yourself, all that stuff is irrelevant. I'm telling you right now, all that stuff is irrelevant. We got to come away from all this traditional thing, all these rituals. We got to get away from this stuff. We want God to do a great thing for us. We want God to do magnificent thing for us, but we keep putting ourselves in bondage. We place ourselves in bondage. God don't place us in bondage. God do not place us in debt. We do these things to ourselves, but what do? Lord, if you just get me out. And then what God do? He step in, he gets you out. And what do? You go right back. So sometimes, the title is sometimes. Sometimes it's not that coworker that's being messy. It's you. Sometimes it's not that family member that's being messy. It's you. This is what we are in this world. Everybody committing everything and doing everything under the sun, and they blaming everybody else for their mistakes. You did it. Own up to your mistake, and I promise you, you will feel much better than blaming all the things that you're going through on somebody else. You'll be in a greater position. You'll be in a greater position. It takes God. It takes God. It takes God even when you don't want to pray. You have to seek him. When I'm in the house, my wife and kids are asleep, I'm on my face. It could be 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 12 at night. I'm on my face. I'm praying, Lord, please help me, Lord. Help me, God. Give me a vision. Lord, create in me a new heart. Lord, teach me, Lord. Teach me, Father. I'm on my knees and I'm praying. Not just for me, for people around me. Not just for the people in the city of Montgomery and the state of Alabama, all over the world. I am praying, asking God to show me the way. Asking him to teach me the way. It don't happen overnight. Somebody got to be willing to make some sacrifices. Somebody got to be willing to reach up there and turn that TV off. Somebody got to be willing to push that plate away. Somebody got to be willing to do these things. He said all these things come through fasting and praying. So this is what we are. So many people are blaming people for things. A lot of people going through divorce and they're blaming everybody. If it wasn't for that he say, she say, then I wouldn't be getting a divorce. No, if it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for you and your secretness, then you won't be getting a divorce. Let it be real. Walk away from this foolishness. You got to walk away from this foolishness. You are your worst enemy. Sometimes you are your worst enemy. We got to wake up to this foolishness now. You got to wake up to this foolishness. You can't say that you want a man of God. You want God to send you a man that's a man of God, a church-going man, and you want him to be in the word, and you want him to do this, and you want him to do that. If you don't even want to open your Bible, if you don't even want to go to church, if you don't even want to kneel down and pray for somebody, stand in the gap for somebody, how are you going to ask God for something that you're not even ready for? How? So many married people in the world today have everything that they need, but because they're so used to being in bondage, they can't accept it. They can't appreciate it. This is what this is. This is what we are. Where you are now doesn't have to be where you be in 2017. You don't have to be in the same place in 2017. If you're worrying yourself, stressing yourself out, you have to ask yourself, is it me or is it the person that I'm with? Why am I so stressful? Why am I so bitter? Why am I so mad? Why do I get mad so easily? Why is all these things coming amongst me? Why I can't move? Why every time I have a check, it won't last? Why am I living from check to check? Why am I going through this thing? Why are people talking about me? Why you gotta sit down and you gotta ask yourself, why are these things really happening to you? You know why these things happen to you? Because you don't know who you're around. You know why you don't know who you're around? Because you don't want to pray. You just want to hop in your bed and lay down. You got to ask God to cover you as you sleep. You just want to hop in that car and take off. You got to let that car warm up, and when that car warming up, you got to ask God to give you traveling mercy. This is what you have to do. People, let's be real. Let's be real now. I'm trying to help somebody today. You know why you're in the predicament that you're in. The fact that you don't want to change it is far beyond me. It's far beyond me. You can be whatever you want to be in this life. It take Jesus. It take the word of God. It take prayer. That's what it takes. And then it takes faith. Those prayers that you pray, you have to believe by faith that it is done. This is what you have to do. Because I guarantee you there's somebody right now. There's somebody in this world right now that's up against some decisions that they don't know how to deal with. Well, I'm helping you deal with these decisions. If you was on the prayer line this morning, you know that I came out of the 4th chapter of Hosea. In the 4th chapter of Hosea, the 6th verse, it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because they have rejected knowledge, I'm also going to reject thee. There will be no priest to me. And because y'all have rejected the law of God, he going to reject your children. This is why this happening. You saying that your child is rebellious, your child want to disrespect you, your child is doing you any kind of way. This man is doing you any kind of way. You want me to tell you why they doing you any kind of way? Because you are allowing that. You are allowing that. You are allowing that to happen. You got a roof over your head. Most people that have roofs over their heads, they have people that live in there with them that's not paying no rent, that's not doing nothing, but they're calling all the shots. They're calling all the shots. My car, my rules. My home, my rules. Now, if you want to set your own rules, you get your own car. You want to set your own rules in the house, get your own home. Then you can call all the rules you want to. But I will tell you this. You can be 60 years old. If you live in your mother's house, you got to abide by your mother's rules. You have to abide by their rules. You may be grown, but you're a child in their house. This is their home, not your home. This is what we are. I am tired of seeing people walk around with their heads down, saying, I can't do. I want to do this. I can't do this. I can't afford that. I can't afford this. I can't afford that. All right? Let's look at this whole can't thing. You can't afford to get those things you want, but you can afford to spend $5 and $6 every day on snacks and different food, going out to eat. Now, you add that up. You place that to the side and place that back and place that back. After a while, those things that you saying that you can't do, you can do them things. You just got to change your way of thinking. Change your way of thinking. Stop thinking that you can't do these things. See, a lot of times you're not able to do things because you're doing it in self. You got to have God. Give God his credit. A lot of people, I say we, me and God. A lot of people say, oh, I laid my hands on them and they was healed. No. The anointing of God was in you and the anointing of God healed them. You didn't do nothing. You just was a vessel. You just was there in the gap so that God can use you to make them whole. So if you're down today, if you this Monday is a brand new Monday morning, you shouldn't even be down. It's a brand new Monday morning. You got life. You're able to look. If you're looking at this live feed, I know that you're alive and well. If you're alive now, think about that thing that you're going through and ask yourself, how long do you want to go through that same situation? Do you want to carry that same foolishness into the 2017 year? Do you? Do you want to be blessed in the 2017 year? Well, start modifying some stuff right now. Not tomorrow. Don't wait till 2017 come in and say, well, I want to do this and I want to do that. Stop waiting till the new year come in before you start modifying these things. Do it now. Do it now. Do it right now. Stop waiting. What are you waiting for? Type in right here what you're waiting for so I can tell you. If you can come up with a legitimate reason to why you are waiting, why you are staying in your mess, why you are staying in this foolishness, type it in. I'm going to wait on it. I want to know why you are waiting on, why you are putting up with the stuff that you're putting up with. Why you're going through the things that you're going through. Where you can be great. Where you can be delivered. Where you can come up out of that situation. Where you can come out of that bondage. If you didn't watch the first live feed, the first beginning of this video, see, bondage is something that we create for ourselves. I guarantee you, going into the 2017 year, if guys and women would stop looking at men and women for their bodies and look at them for their mind and their heart, then you won't have these conversations. Well, these people saying, I wish I wouldn't have had a child by this man. I wish I wouldn't have had a child by this woman. Because you are so busy on getting relation that you're not getting relationship. You're so busy on getting relation that you're not getting relationship. See, when you get relation, you don't know that that person that you're about to lay down with is crazy. Because you're so busy on getting relation. You don't know that that person that you're about to marry, they family have a tradition of suicide. You don't know these things because you're so busy trying to lay down with them versus trying to understand them. And when you do that, you take everything that comes with it. This is what it is. We can call it, we can say what it is, we can say, oh, this is why I'm in this situation, that's why I'm in this. No. You're in that situation because you don't have the knowledge of God. You don't have the wisdom of God. This is why you're in that situation. And another reason is you're too prideful. You don't want to listen to nobody. Somebody's telling you this is wrong for you. Even God himself show you, he come through other people to tell you, hey, look, this is what you finna do, this is wrong. But you're so prideful, you think you know it all, and then you go through these trimesters. And guess what you do? You blame everybody around you instead of blaming yourself. Instead of blaming yourself. It is you that made those decisions. Let me tell you something, the difference in a mistake, in a choice. See, a mistake is something that you do and you're wholeheartedly sorry for it. Let me tell you about a choice. A choice is something that you continue to do on a daily basis. You continue to do and you keep asking forgiveness for it. But you keep doing it. You keep doing it. You keep doing it. That's a choice. Now, a decision is something people, and I don't even want to go this way today because I made another live feed about this whole matter. I read last year and the year before, excuse me, where so many guys that were married, they was getting killed because they were going to check and see where their wife was or where their husband was. They was getting killed. Let me tell you something. On your way to go check them people out, in your mind, you saying that I can get killed. That's a warning right there. When you follow out after God done showed you that you can die behind this, you still follow that thing and then you end up getting killed. You end up dying. Let me tell you all something. A person don't go to hotels or motels with a gun to their head. They want to be there. So you will be a fool to try to chase somebody down that wants to be in that situation. When you get married, you got married for a reason because you believe that that husband or that wife that you were with was going to be able to supply all your needs all the way around. That's what you believe. You believe that that person that you married to wasn't perfect, but you all was going to learn to grow together. That's what you believe. We have to stop wasting these preachers' time. Stop wasting these counselors' time going to him thinking about you needing counseling. You know what's wrong with you. You know you're selfish. You know you're prideful. You know you're self-centered. You know these things. So why are you wasting money trying to change that person? You cannot change your husband if you ain't changed. The wife can't change the husband if the husband ain't changed. The husband can't change the wife if the husband ain't changed. It's vice versa. You can't do these things. This is what we are in this world. So many people are saying that people are racist. So many people are saying that people are doing things that they don't have to do. They are saying things. Look, you don't have to be that person. Just because that person is being ignorant don't mean that you have to be ignorant. You need the word of God in you. You need God's word. Hosea 4:6 said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because they have rejected knowledge, I'm also going to reject them. And he also going to reject your children. It costs nothing for you to be positive. It don't cost a dime for you to be positive, but it means everything to your future. It means everything to your well-being. I'm not going to sit right here and say that I'm not going to minister to people because of their skin color. I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna do right by these people because of their skin color. No. Everybody needs help. Everybody need prayer in their life. So who would I be if I sit and say that I don't want to pray for this person because this person was ex-con? I don't want to pray for this person because this person was an adulterer. I don't want to pray for this person because this person was once a liar. I don't want to pray for this person because this person was once. No, I can't do it like that. You either going to be a man of God or a woman of God, or you just going to be in the world. One of the two. You can't be both. You can't be both. You can be better when you start thinking better. You don't have to go through the things you're going through. You don't have to put up with the things you're putting up with. Ask yourself. Sit down and ask yourself. Just sit down right today and ask yourself, why am I going through the situation that I'm going through? Did I place myself in this situation, or did God place me in this situation? You'll be found to find out that some of your decisions, some of your poor decisions place you in that situation. It's all right. You can come out of that situation, but what are you going to do when you come out? Are you still going to do the same thing of which that brought you pain? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? The title of this live feed is Sometimes. Sometimes it's you. It's not them co-workers. It's not them family members. It's not the church members. Sometimes it's you. It's you and your way of thinking. So you have to get away from all that. You messed up in this life. It's not time to drown yourself and say that, well, my life is ended because I done messed up. You done made some poor choices in this life. You done made some poor decisions in this life. That doesn't mean that you have to keep living in that foolishness. Wake up. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. So many guys get into women's head. You know why guys get into women's head? Because they don't have knowledge. They don't have knowledge. You are built to be a queen. You are built to be a queen. If this guy is not willing to place you in a kingdom where queens live, then you stop entertaining, stop co-signing with these things when they tell you that you look good and you're laughing and you're joking around and all this right here. Get a hold of yourself. Get a hold of yourself quickly. Married women. These guys all in your inbox. Half of those guys that's in your inbox are your husband's friends. And what do? Instead of placing them in their place, deleting that stuff, what are you saying? Oh, I look all right. I'm all right. They're telling you that they can do more for you than your husband. They're telling you that they can do more for you than this guy. No, you can't. Because the first thing you're doing wrong is you disrespecting this guy, telling them what you can do for them. Y'all better wake up today. Y'all better wake up. I'm trying to help somebody. I'm trying to help somebody. See, I'm not just a witness inside the church. I'm out here in the wilderness. I'm witnessing to prostitutes and crackheads and all these different people. I'm not just going to people that clean cut, clean clothes. No. That person that's walking the road, they going by McDonald's. Hey, how you doing, sir? You want something to eat? They get something to eat. Well, I sit down, I place a seed in them. These are the things that I do. But it's not me. It's the God in me. So this is what we have to do. Ask yourself, and I'm about to get ready to end this live feed. Ask yourself, why are you in the situation that you're in? Is it because of your thinking? Is it because of your action? Why are you in that situation that you're in? Sometimes, pay attention to the title now. Sometimes it's you that place yourself in that situation. Y'all share this video and help somebody. God bless you all, and y'all have a blessed day. And stop worrying yourself over something that won't even begin to start worrying about you. This is what we are. You have people that'll go the extra mile for somebody that won't even open a car door for them. This is what we are. This is what we are. You are great. You are walking in greatness. But you made poor choices. That doesn't mean that you have to give up. That doesn't mean that you have to give up. It only means that you need to learn from your mistakes. And by all means, you all, don't go over this Christmas season, this Christmas holiday, going into debt for one day. Because we have to understand the real reason of this season. We have to understand the real reason of this season. And when you understand the real reason of this season, then you won't go out and go over and beyond your... Because, see, you have to live. After this day come, you have to live the next day. See, the next day you had to live. See, the next day that power bill still had to be paid. That water bill still had to be paid. Gas still had to be in your car. Your insurance still had to be paid. So don't go out and get into debt. Don't go out and do it. It's not worth it. But for you right now, on this live feed, and you've been dealing with some stuff, and you have done all you can, and you have said all you can say, and you have tried all different ways, and you have dealt with some stuff that you wouldn't normally deal with, and you have put up with some stuff and some things that you wouldn't normally put up with. Look, think about it. Think about it right now. Right now, I want you to think about it. How long do you want to continue to go through that pain and that hurt before you understand that God is ready to deliver you? How long? How long are you going to go through that? How long are you going to keep being disrespected in your own home? How long are you going to keep living in foolishness? How long are you going to keep doing these things before you see the light? Don't wait until death comes before you see the light. Don't wait for corruption come before you see the light. Don't go to work worrying about things at the house. When you at work, you need to worry about the things at work. You need to just think about you at work. That's what you need to think about. You at work. When you're at home, you need to be at home. This is where we are. So y'all do this. Share this video. Help somebody. And don't worry about what's going on. Pray about everything and worry about nothing. If you're going to pray about it, don't worry. If you're going to worry about it, don't pray. It's simple. God bless you all, and continue to keep God first.